like it's really easy for me to like copy the thing. So yeah, I don't want it to affect me. So I has in my mind I have the intention of not using it at the
Yeah.
first time. Yeah. So but yeah, I can use it as a tool also when I get in the university.
Yeah, got it. But it's like that. So actually when you want it's no matter. So what is this is an interest, this is for example entrance exam, this is scholarship, this is ISO, whatever it is. So that is really important when it comes to writing your essay and introducing yourself and of course to show your ability. So that is really important how to do it. So of course what you did was good. So you didn't use AI, but why not? Of course you need to use it. So it's perfect, but the problem is here. For example, when a student send me some essays and I check, of course I can understand whether they use or not. Because ChatGPT or any other, so artificial, so when it comes to AI, we have different apps, not only ChatGPT. So it's like when it comes to use of AI, it should be humanized. What is that? You are using a robot. So you need to pay attention to this. Like, okay, if I can, why not? You can get help. That is perfect. And I always recommend, yes, you should use it. You should update your knowledge, technology, how to use it. But when you're writing your essay, of course, you should demonstrate your ability first. Different items or assets. It's not only, for example, you say that, okay, let's keep it simple. That is mine. Nope. So first, you need to show your ability, how you can, for example, make a whole in a great way. Like I have enough vocabulary. I know how to state my opinion in different, I know how to use grammatical structures. So that is really important. So you didn't do this because you thought that it's better to make it simple, but actually what the examiner wanted is something different. It's not about being, if you make it, on the other hand, some candidates, some students try to write something really complicated. It's not acceptable. But you should demonstrate yourself, your ability, just in a good way. What is that? Professional, not too much, not exaggerated, not, for example, I don't know, like too complicated, but not too simple. But it's okay. Yeah.
Understand, yeah. Now I understand why my score is low. Yeah,
Ah,
you're right. That's right.
so why didn't you tell me? I could write your essay.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
that is really.
if I study with you a little bit earlier, I will show you so you can fix me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course. Just, whenever. So I tell you, so whenever you want to write something, just, send it to me. I can correct it. So because
yeah,
I
yeah,
know how to, yeah, how to boost your score. Like, it's really easy. Just, there's some tips. And, if you
yeah,
do know, of course, it's normal. You don't know, but, I do. So from now on, so whatever, and you want to write whatever, no matter, just send it to me and I can correct it and then can use it. But no problem. It's just experience. It's okay. Yeah, there is nothing to do actually with it. So it shouldn't be okay. No problem. Just
yeah.
happened.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, you can't do anything about it. You can't change it. So just
Yeah,
don't be upset. Don't think about it anymore. Like,
yeah, yeah. Okay.
that was just experience. Life is experience, so no problem. Well, okay. Let's see what we have today. Oh, let me share the board. Uh, uh, as I remember, we learned some, okay, words and meaning. Okay, this is, yep. Okay, we're going to talk about, do you remember we talked about first impression, good or bad? And now I want to ask you, look at this. We have some words and phrases, maybe some factors that actually can affect your first impression, how it good it is or how bad it is. So let's see which one is more maybe important. And this is about good or bad first impression of a company. It's not about individual. So let's see, for example, you want to work, you want to be a member of staff in a company, okay, and this is the first time, okay, you have an interview, so you enter. Okay, what is really important to get a good impression? Which one do you think?
I think that the first time is to be punctual.
No,
Uh,
it's not about you. That is about the company. You enter, the first thing that you see, some people, reception, oh, I don't know, like telephone answering system. So which one is really, I myself think that the first thing that can actually draw my attention is reception area. So for example, when I enter somewhere and I see that, wow, what is this? So it's like the reception area is, I think, the first one that is maybe a kind of window. So that is really important. If it's good, if it's maybe like professional staff or so, what do you think? Uniform and telephone answering system, reception area, meeting or conference room. So which one is more important to create a good or bad impression?
what is the office business premise meaning?
Okay, office or business premises. So it's like, for example, uh, you enter somewhere, okay, different sectors, okay, so you know that this is an office, or for example, this is, I don't know, any business or any company. So what you see, so this is the office that you see, okay, and you know that, okay, this will be my, okay, this will be mine. So that is really important. So what do you think? It's a kind of like, different area.
So I think the office and business premise is will be the first impression of mine. I
Yeah,
am I am the type of people which prefer the tradition, the architect.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like the reflex of like the old money vibe. Yeah. I really
Yeah,
interested
of
in
course. For example, like when you see all them, when we say off, yeah, of course, reception area is also included, as I told you. Yeah, it's really important. So you feel like that, okay, I want to work here. So this is actually space that I will work. So I need to know. So yes. And I don't know, you see that smoking is not allowed on, for example, the office per se, of course, is really important. Or it's really luxurious, it's really good. We have, I don't know, parking lot, we have good reception area, we have meeting rooms. So all of them, business premises, so it's really important. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And so let me write this physical location. Let me write here before I forget. The next one.
The next one will be the greeting, because yeah, I always want to treat uh, properly. So yeah, and the greeting can like be a type of a symbol of the respect from the company to myself. So yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, that is really important. What do you think about dress code? So you feel like, okay, you enter somewhere and you see everyone is really tidy, what to wear, just good dress, clothing items. So what do you think?
Yeah, this thing is important too. Uh, I think that we can create an environment that dressing like comfortably, yeah, most comfortably to like working. But yeah, we need to keep it polite too.
It's like, for example, you enter somewhere. a company organization somewhere. Everyone is wearing what they like. Just, I want to wear a t-shirt, another one, for example, I do skirt, so everything. So how do you feel another place? You see some people, tidy, good, okay, so well-groomed people. So which one would you prefer to work with? This type, the first type, or the second type?
I think will prefer the second type since
Definitely, yes.
yeah, since the first place is like not create a uh like the professional environment like that.
Course, that was really important.
Yeah,
And reputation, fame, how famous they are. For example, oh, this is the name. I want to work, for example, in Google. This is the name. So, like, what do you think about? Is it important?
but yeah, fame is also really important since it will like it will make a it will create an image in the people's mind. Yeah, that
Of
they are
course.
good. Yeah, yeah. But I think that if the place have a like not really much fame, but good salary, I can accept it. Yeah.
Of
Just yeah,
course.
just the right salary with um, my ability of working.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course,
I
it's
can
like,
accept it.
what you really expect. So, like, for example, for my job, so for this job, for this position, I expect an amount of money. So it's like, okay, not too much, not too less is something that we can say consider. So everyone has a norm. So like, okay, this is my norm. This is something that I really expect to get, okay, to receive. So yes, salary, and it's not only salary. So this is about good or bad first impression. This is the first time. But of course, there are different factors. For example, in addition to salary, we have perks. Perk mean benefit. What is that? It's not money. It's not bonus. Like, for example, if you work in my organization, in my, for example, company, you will get free gym membership. This is perk. Extra benefits that you get when you work somewhere. So that is really, I don't know, just maybe company car. So you don't need to use your own car, yeah, to travel to work. So that is really easy for you. So you save, of course, you can easily save your money, not to pay. And then you have free lunch. Of course, lunch is really normal. So I don't know, different things, free membership. So they are perks. So in addition to salary and bonus, we need to have, so of course we consider these perks. So this is another one. And of course, we would talk about them. So this is about first impression. So we're not going to focus on this part, but well, so we can say that location is really important. We can say that of how they greet people, how they actually talk, how they wear. So everything, we can say appearance is important. Because of course you have no idea about the system now. This is the first time. So you have no idea, okay, what's going on here? Maybe after 1 week, you feel like that, okay, no, it's not exactly the same that, as I expected. Maybe I expected more or less, I don't know. So it's not a good match. But here, for the first time, yeah, of course, we see people exactly the same about people. So when you meet someone for the first time, of course, you don't think about, I don't know, his or her character here, personality. The first thing, eyes see. So what we get is first impression. Then the second step, behavior, character, personality. What do, I don't know, do they do, what they don't do, like different items are included. Well, okay, now let's see what we have. This is how to write, of course, an email. This is formal email, so it's like, totally different. But look at this. We have an email. Let's read it together, okay? And let's see. How did he find it? So I want you to tell me your opinion because there is a reason behind it. Could you please read it?
Yeah, dear Mr. Murphy, my name
McPhee?
is Ivan Formanek, and I have my own translation agency. Simply speaking, I was given your details by one of your former colleagues, uh, Yus Yusul Vladikova.
Ursula Vladikova.
She recommended you to me as we are planning to renew our website. If you are interested in discussing this further, could you either call us or send an email in reply and arrange a meeting with you? Best regards, I will make.
Okay, well, we have an email, so now we're going to listen, okay? The reply. Let's see what it is and how. Then we will talk about it. Just 1.2, one moment. Okay, 1.2.
1.2.
Ivan Formanek, how can I help you?
Hello, Ivan. This is Sean McPhee. I'm calling about the email I sent you regarding your new website.
Oh, hello. Yes, I remember. Thanks for responding so quickly.
No problem. I wondered if you'd had time to look through the portfolio I sent.
Yes, I have. Your work looks very interesting.
What exactly do you want to do? Do you want to change the whole site or just update parts of it?
Well, we're currently updating our corporate image, which means redesigning the logo, the brochures, and the website. We've already done some of this in-house, but we need help with the website in particular.
Well, I could certainly help you with that.
Great. I suggest we meet to discuss things further. I have to be honest, though, you aren't the only designer we're talking to.
I understand. When would you like to meet?
Well, I go to Berlin once a month to interpret for a client of ours. I'm covering for a colleague who is on maternity leave. In fact, I'm leaving the day after tomorrow, but we can meet when I get back.
Fine. Whatever's best for you.
Let's say provisionally Tuesday the 13th at 11 o'clock, and I'll get my assistant to call you later today to confirm. You'll be traveling in from Krakow, won't you?
That's right.
It might be best to discuss travel arrangements with my assistant then. Her name is Catherine, by the way.
Fine. Well, thanks for your time.
You're welcome. See you in a couple of weeks.
Well, first, let's talk about it. Look at this. If you are interested, and we heard, he said, you are not the one. Different people, alternative, and we will choose one. It's like, I'm not, just really passionate about working. So you are not the one. If you want, you can work. So how to write an email is really important. So the way that you write an email, if you really want to work with someone, if no, like if you're interested in, if no, it's okay. For example, if I receive this email, I'm like, yeah, I'm not the one. Maybe, I don't know. It's not something that I really want to talk about because I think I won't make it. But if I really want to work with you, of course, I write my email another way. Like, for example, different phrases. Look forward, for example, to hearing from you, or for example, to reading from you, and look forward to, for example, meeting you. So different phrases. This one, as you just heard, was not really, I don't know, uh, enthusiastic person, passionate about working with another side, but that was just a recommendation from someone. This is the first point that we're going to talk about it. Well, and let me say something about the pronunciation of the names. So in British and American, you know that there are different. So what you said, Ivan, was definitely correct. We say Ivan. This is American. British, Ivan. So your choice how to pronounce. So don't worry about it. And let me ask you, how do you find this email? For example, if someone sent this email to you, would you reply or no? You would ignore and say, no, it's not. Good. Simply speaking, I was giving your details by one of your former colleagues. She recommended you.
Yeah, I think since I don't know about the potential of this person, so yeah, I think I will call it again mm, if I could spend like a few minutes to find a good partner. Yeah, it's okay, it's really good. And if not, yeah, yeah, it's also good to have a conversation, talk with him. Yeah,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course you would. Like, why not? So it's like a chance. Why not? You can do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe you actually, I don't know, you would get your answer or no, or for example, you would work or not. So, but I want to say the point is here. So when writing or when sending a formal email, that's really important to consider some factors. So how to write it, who you are writing to. So if you know this person, if you have met before, if you have any idea about his personality, or for example, a company organization, so that's really important. So here we have from one person to another person, it's okay, some normal phrases. So we use them. But if we want to make it more professional, of course, these phrases should be replaced by more professional and I don't know, like, maybe formal phrases. Here is not bad. Now, according to the audio that we just listened, tell me, do you remember the purpose of the call? So why? Do you remember? Or you can listen again, of course, if you need.
Uh, I just remember that he said to look for the portfolio.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it was, of course, it's a follow-up call. It means I call you, you call me back. So, or for example, I send you an email and then you call me back. So yes, what's the purpose? Yeah, it's like a follow-up call to the email Sean, yeah, sent. So first Sean sent an email and then of course, this one is a follow-up call. Yeah. What is this color? Let me change. What is this? This. So, okay. One moment. Let me change this color. Oh, this one is better than this. Okay. And what is the outcome? Do you remember?
What outcome? What is the outcome mean?
The result. The consider result. Outcome. Let's do this one together again, okay? One by one, okay? Because you need to fill in the blanks then. So let's listen again. It's really normal. Don't get nervous.
It's really hard.
No, it isn't. I will help. Just listen.
Yeah, yeah.
1.2.
Ivan Formanek, how can I help you?
Hello, Yvonne. This is Sean McPhee. I'm calling about the email I sent you regarding your new website.
Oh, hello. Yes, I remember. Thanks for responding so quickly.
No problem. I wondered if you'd had time to look through the portfolio I sent.
Yes, I have. Your work looks very interesting.
What exactly do you want to do? Do you want to change the whole site or just update parts of it?
Well, we're currently updating our corporate image, which means redesigning the logo, the brochures, and the website. We've already done some of this in-house, but we need help with the website in particular.
Well, I could certainly help you with that.
Great. I suggest we meet to discuss things further. I have to be honest, though, you aren't the only designer we're talking to.
I understand. When would you like to meet?
Well, so they decide to,
Redesign the brand and the website.
yeah, of course, but what is the result? Of course, what is the outcome? So they discussed. So what is the purpose? Of course, they want to talk about designing a logo and of course a website. So this is the first part. Okay, what is the outcome? So finally they decide to meet each other to discuss. Yeah, so this is actually the outcome. It means the result of this discussion, this conversation. What is that? So they arrange to meet to discuss things further. Okay, so this is the result and the outcome. And now, why is there a delay before the meeting? So look, let me put this here. Okay, so why is there a delay before the meeting can take place? So let's see why.
Well, I go to Berlin once a month to interpret for a client of ours. I'm covering for a colleague who is on maternity leave. In fact, I'm leaving the day after tomorrow, but we can meet when I get back.
Fine. Whatever's best for you.
Let's say provisionally Tuesday the 13th.
So why? What is the reason of the delay? Because
You went to Berlin once a month to meet a client to do
of course.
something I can't hear.
Definitely, yeah, of course. So Ivan is going to actually be in Berlin the day after tomorrow. So after, yeah, of course, he will return, they can meet. So this is the reason that why there is a delay here. So can you see? It's easy, not difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But
Now,
it's
yeah.
kind of hard to listen the first
Ah,
time. The accent, yeah.
yeah,
And
of course.
also I'm a bit lazy some days, so I don't hear I don't practice listening to English much. Yeah.
Yeah. So, first, you're definitely right because of the accent. It's not only about you. Every student has actually this difficulty when listening to British accent because it's totally different. Like, especially when they talk quickly. So maybe, but because of this, I try to make it just more American, just like, just say it again and again so you can get. So this is really normal. About listening, uh, this is something common among students and people who want to learn the second language. So what is this? Because you read, you watch, you talk maybe, but about listening, so people don't tend to listen. Like, everyone. So, okay, I can read something, but when it comes to listen, like, just listening is a little different. So it's not about you that you feel like that. No, you are not lazy. It's really normal. So because of this, we try to improve both the skills, like, listening and speaking together, not one. You need to listen. And then now, step by step, you will get used to listening and understanding more detail. So for example, the next session, you will get more. Okay, so it takes time, but it will be okay. Now we're going to do something. In order to improve your listening skills, we listen again and we feel like, here we have A to J, okay? And we're going to put them in the correct order, which one you hear first, okay? So I'm calling about the email. This is the first phrase, the first sentence that you hear. Now let's see the second one. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Wow.
1.2.
Ivan Formanek, how can I help you?
Hello, Yvonne. This is Sean McPhee. I'm calling about the email I sent you regarding your new website.
Oh, hello. Yes, I remember.
Hello. Yes, I remember. So the second one,
I.
definitely yes.
Thanks for responding so quickly.
No problem.
The next one,
C.
very good.
I wondered if you'd had time to look through the portfolio I sent.
Yes, I have.
I wonder, so what you heard?
G.
You said G, yes.
Yeah, G.
Your work looks very interesting.
What exactly do you want to do? Do you want to change the whole site or just update parts of it?
Well, we're currently updating our corporate image, which means redesigning the logo, the brochures, and the website. We've already done some of this in-house, but we need help with the website in particular.
Well, I could certainly help you with that.
Great. I suggest we meet to discuss things further. I have
So the next one,
H.
definitely yes.
to be honest, though, you aren't the only designer we're talking to.
I understand. When would you like to meet?
And number 6,
I.
great.
Well, I go to Berlin once a month to interpret for a client of ours. I'm covering for a colleague who is on maternity leave. In fact, I'm leaving the day after tomorrow, but we can meet when I get back.
Fine. Whatever's best for you.
Let's
So the next one, we can meet.
D.
Yeah.
say provisionally Tuesday the 13th at 11 o'clock, and I'll get my assistant to call you later today to confirm. You'll be traveling in from Krakow, won't you?
That's right.
It might be best to discuss travel arrangements with my assistant then. Her name is Catherine, by the way.
Fine. Well, thanks for your time.
You're welcome. See you in a couple of weeks.
So the next one was
D.
fine.
J.
Yeah.
and
Very good.
E.
Definitely.
And F.
Yes, of course. And do you have any question about it? Just you said that you heard a phrase. You said that, I'm not sure what I heard. I remember. So for what actually a reason? Yeah, he want to actually travel to. Yeah, and
To
like
marry.
yeah, of course. So it's like maternity leave. Maternity leave is a period of time when a mother takes off from work because they're having baby. So this is the word, the phrase that you heard, okay? Because my
Okay.
colleague, yeah, is on maternity leave. So let me write. Leave. So if you have a baby and your mother, of course, you can have a period of time off from work, then you can stay home. So that is maternity leave. Yeah.
So when like in the period of time that the maternity leave, is the woman have the salary?
Yeah, of course they do. Of course they do. So yeah, of course. So it's like, you
So
know,
the salary,
yeah. Sorry?
so the salary will be provided by the company or the
Of
insurance.
course, yes. Of course, yes. But, you know, it depends on your company. Of course, companies are different, but mostly, yeah, we have this. And I of course, I have no idea about different, you know, country. So we have this. So if you have a baby, a newborn baby, and you need to stay home because you need to take care of your baby, of course, it's like paid. We say paid leave. So it's like, you know, you stay home, but you will be paid. Okay, so yeah. And and we have another word, portfolio. This one you heard. I looked through the portfolio. Okay, I sense. I wondered if you'd had time to look through the, what is this? Actually, collection of your project, work, everything that you did is portfolio. So every collection, for example, I have a collection of a project and I want to send them to you so you can check them, you can see, you can review, and we can talk about. So this is the meaning of this collection of work or project. It can be investment, it can be for anything. So like, actually this portfolio, like, you know, it shows your skills, your abilities.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
okay, now listen to a call Sean receives and answer questions. Number one, who's calling Sean and why? How will Sean know how to find simply speaking? And what transport is he going to use to get to the meeting? So we will answer these questions one by one. I don't want to make you confused. So we will answer these questions one by one. And of course, I will help. Well, keep going. 3, okay, 1.3, this one.
1.3.
Hello, Sean McPhee.
Hello, this is Catherine, Ivan Formanic's assistant. I'm calling about the meeting on Tuesday the 13th.
Oh, right. Thanks. I wanted to speak to you about that. I'm actually going to be in Prague already, as I've arranged to meet some other clients on the Monday.
So who is calling?
Have an assistant.
Of course, Catherine.
She
Yeah,
called
of
about
course. Yeah,
the
yeah.
meeting.
Evan's assistant, of course. And why?
She called about the meeting since
Of course, to confirm
yeah,
the meeting date. Okay,
yeah,
to confirm the meeting date. Okay.
yeah.
Well, let's see.
Okay.
Can you tell me how I get to Simply Speaking? Is it best by taxi or public transport?
Public transport's fine. Let me know where you're staying and I'll email you a map and directions from your hotel.
Thanks. Another thing I wanted to check.
So how will Sean know how to find Simply Speaking? So she will, it means
You
easy to
email.
understand. Simply speaking, like for example, we are talking about something. And I say, please, for example, I do simply speaking, it means easy to understand. So I will, she said, I will.
I will email
Very good.
the
Email what?
the map and
Map and direction. So map and direction, direction, American, direction, British. So it's your choice, but we say direction. Okay, and the next one, what transport is he going to use to get to the meeting?
How long are you scheduling the meeting for? There's a train that leaves at 3 o'clock. Will I have time to catch that one, or should I take a later one?
We'll be finished by 2 at the latest. It only takes 20 minutes to get to the station, so you'll have plenty of time.
Thanks. I'll probably take a taxi to the station to be sure.
Okay. When you arrive at the company, give your name to reception and they'll send you up to us on the 5th floor. And let me know if you need a taxi and I'll book one for you.
That's very kind. Thanks a lot.
Well, so what kind? Their own car or public transport? What kind of transport?
big transport.
Definitely yes, public transport.
Taxi.
Okay, yeah, definitely yes. And now we're going to listen to get more details. So that was, you know that we have different types of listening. First, that is easy, is general listening. What is that? You get the main idea. What is the context? Okay, what is the meaning of context in listening? Who's talking? Where they are. For example, okay, I can hear, normally we have some background sounds, or you can guess. Okay, a teacher to student, to colleagues. So who is talking? The most important part of every listening is to understand the context. What is that? What is the situation? Two colleagues are talking about something. This way, when you understand the general idea, of course, you can get the details better. Now, the second one is actually listening for details. So it's like I listen to just, get more details, like, I pay more attention to just, maybe find some keywords to fill in the blanks, to answer the questions. Now here, we're going to listen again. What phrase does Sean use to? Inquire about transport, ask for transport, or search, for example, okay, what's transport? Refer to time of the train and discuss the possibility of catching the train. So let's see, what phrase does Sean use? Okay, we'll listen again and we'll do this one. Okay.
1.3.
Hello, Sean McPhee.
Hello, this is Catherine, Ivan Formanic's assistant. I'm calling about the meeting on Tuesday the 13th.
Oh, right. Thanks. I wanted to speak to you about that. I'm actually going to be in Prague already, as I've arranged to meet some other clients on the Monday.
Okay.
Can you tell me how I get to Simply Speaking? Is it best by taxi or public transport?
Okay, the first one, what he said.
I think this is I.
What words? You say, I make your sentence. What words? He asked about transport. What did he say?
Like, how can I get there?
Very good. So let's make it better. Can you tell me, as you said, how I get there? Okay, or get to, for example, simply speaking. Yes, and he said, is it best by taxi or public transport, right? Is it best by taxi or public transport? Let's talk about this one. Can you tell me, could you tell me, do you know anything about direct, indirect questions? You know?
Indirect question.
Yeah.
Like, I know the meaning of it in Vietnamese, but I don't know how to explain
Of course. So it's
it.
okay. Let me say, you know that, especially when it comes to formal situation. So I want to ask you an address. I say, where is the bank? You're like, how impolite you are. Where is the bank? What, do you know me? So how you ask me this question this way, it's not really good. Let's make it a little bit polite. May I ask, could you tell me where the bank is? This one is perfect. So this is formal. Could you please tell me now? I want to make it more polite. Could you please tell me? May I ask, for example, what's your name? What is this? May I ask your name, please? So this one is indirect. It's me. It means I begin my question with a phrase like, could you tell me? Do you know? May I ask? Then I add my question, but the point is here, that is really important. Look, can you tell me how I get to? So there is a point here that you need to pay attention. When I make indirect question, the second part shouldn't be in question form. For example, do you know where the bank is? Not is the bank. So you know that in question, I say, where is the bank, right? This is my question, where is the bank? But when I change it to indirect, I don't say, do you know where is the bank? Because of do you know, I say where the bank is. So I change it to affirmative, a normal sentence, okay? So this is, do you know, may I ask? Could you tell me? Okay, so there are different phrases that you can use to make indirect question. It makes your speech more polite. Now here, can you tell me can or could? Could is more formal than can. Some people feel like that, okay, it's not polite to say can, but it's okay. We use it a lot. So can you tell me how I get to simply speaking? Okay, this is an indirect question. Get it?
Yeah. So it's like
Right.
it's a way to make the question more formal and polite. Yeah.
Of course, definitely yes. For example, let me give you, and you change it. I say, Is your friend coming? Now I want to change it. Just let me explain this. If you want to actually make yes no questions, you use if. If. Okay, let me erase this. Okay, if. For example, may I, do you know, or may I ask if your friend is coming? If your friend is, this is yes, no question. If it's not yes, no question, of course you have WH. So may I ask, or do you know, or can you tell me if your friend is coming? Okay. So this is the way. And when does the shop open? So you change it.
Could you know when does the shop open? Or
I don't see does here. This is not question. Do you
may I ask?
know? May I ask? Do you know
May I
both of them?
ask? May I ask about the time that the shop open?
No, you don't need to say just this. Do you know when the shop opens? Just the only thing that I need to do is to omit, to remove does, because this is not question anymore. So I don't say
Yeah.
does, just when the shops open, the shop opens. Okay, so this is the way that you make it. May I ask, do you know? So this is really easy. Get it?
Yeah.
For example, how old are you?
May I ask you about your age?
This is another way, but you can easily say about your age. No, it's not the way. You only say, may I ask how old you are? May I know how old you are? Just this. So I add, may I ask? May I know, may I ask how old? I don't say how old are you? How old you are. This is my indirect question.
Or change it
Yeah, of course.
to like become the phrase like
Affirmative form, the normal sentence. It's not question anymore. So I don't say how old are you? How old you are. And for example, will you join the class tomorrow? Okay, you change it.
may I ask um
If,
may I ask if you join the class tomorrow?
very
If
good.
you
If you will
if
join the
you will
class. Definitely, yes. If you will join the class tomorrow, that is the way that you make interact. And that is really useful because you know that, for example, I don't know, you want to talk to a teacher. Okay, when you go to university, of course, yeah, so you use some formal, okay, phrases to talk to teachers or, for example, professors in university. So this is really good way, or I don't know, on the street. So when you don't know someone, it's really easy to make indirect question to ask. Yeah. Okay. So get it? Understand?
yeah, I understand.
Very good. Perfect. Okay, now let's keep going with our listening. Okay. What phrase does Shen use to refer to the time of the train? So let's see.
Public transport's fine. Let me know where you're staying and I'll email you a map and directions from your hotel.
Thanks. Another thing I wanted to check. How long are you scheduling the meeting for? There's a train that leaves at 3 o'clock. Will I have time to catch that one, or should I take a later one?
So refers to the time of the train.
Do I have time to catch the train or take another one?
No, first the time. There's a train, yeah, that leaves at 3 o'clock, right? So this is the phrase that he said. There's a train that leaves at 3 o'clock. So this is the actual phrase that he used. And the word that you heard, look, schedule. I don't know why, but British say, read this word schedule, but actually this is schedule. We say schedule, but they say schedule. I don't know why. Yeah,
Schedule.
but this, what is this schedule? It's really, oh no, different language. So what is a schedule? It's really easy, schedule. What is schedule? Why shit? It's not SCH, what is? I don't know. British really weird. So why? I have no idea. Yeah. And the last one discuss the possibility of catching the train. Okay, this one, the second part. Listen. Look.
How long are you scheduling the meeting for? There's a train that leaves at 3 o'clock. Will I have time to catch that one, or should I take a later one?
So, possibility of catching, will I have?
Time to touch that one. To take
Yes,
another
or
one.
should? Yeah, or should take a later one. Yes, very good. So, they're the phrases that he used. Well, okay, we have the second part. We need to actually talk about Catherine, but there is no time to listen and fill in, actually answer this part. So we skip this one. Well, do you have any questions related to this part?
No, I just want to know if the maternity leave, their salary is provided by the government, the company, or the insurance.
Yeah, of course. It's like, we have, let me say something about maternal leave. So, of course, so when it comes to insurance, so for example, when you have life insurance, of course, so first we have different steps. So first, company is related to the government. Yeah. So it's, it depends. It's not something that, okay, just my company pays. So we have public, private sector. Yeah, public and private sector. What is it? When we say public, it means related to the government. Okay. When we say private sector, it's private, individual. Okay, people, not government. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So it depends on your job, your position. If you are working in public sector, of course, it's something from government. If no, it's private, your company provided. So it depends on your career. Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, I want to ask you, do you want to take maternity leave? So why do you need to know it? So, of course, you won't need it. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I really wonder since yeah, that I don't want my wife to work. I just want her to be a housewife. Yeah. So
Let me say something. No. Okay, just let me say something about the word housewife. Of course, it's okay, you can use it, but we don't tend to, housemaker is better. So, we don't, we don't use it anymore. It's like, it's not impolite at all. It's not impolite, but, some people consider it as a little, I don't know, maybe they don't like it. So when you say, I don't call a woman like just housewives, like, maybe they don't like it. Okay, so housemaker is better. Well, but let me say something, definitely try to find someone who works. Okay, so of course, I appreciate, I know that taking care of children and doing housework is really difficult, but
yeah.
We are living in modern era, and it's really difficult to handle expenses and cost just, by yourself. So you need to have support. So it's better to work together. Yeah, I think so. Don't worry
Yeah.
about this. So you
Uh, yeah. For the first thing, I'm really sorry about the word because yeah, in Vietnam we study old book. So some of the books,
yeah,
English books, in the school we study from like 20 years and 50 years later, maybe before. Yeah, so there are many words that is really old and like in the era of like gender inequality like that. So
yeah,
it's
of
it's it's,
course.
it's a bit, yeah, and the teacher is the most of Vietnamese English teacher don't travel a lot. So yeah, they don't know it is a mistake to correct the student. Yeah, so the
Yeah.
mistake just keep going. Yeah. So yeah,
Of course, I know.
from
Yeah,
now
of
on I
course.
use
And
the word husband girl.
yeah, it's like, so let me say something that is really important. Maybe the most important responsibility or duty of teachers is to correct mistakes. So how is it? Of course, we don't have direct correction. Like you're
Yeah,
talking and I interrupt you and try to correct you. No, we don't do this. It's not good because it actually, you can't focus anymore. So if I interrupt you, maybe you feel like that, okay, you are not concentrated anymore. I don't know, you can't keep going. So we should wait until the end, and then of course we can. So but some topics, so when it comes to policies, and when it comes to rules, every country is different. For example, in my country, so you ask about maternity leave. So we say employer paid maternity leave. So what is that? For example, in some countries, as I told you, governments are responsible. In some other, no, just, like companies. So, for example, for example, in my country, some companies offer it, some no. So it depends. And I'm not sure about the other countries, maybe, but I know, for example, about the UK because, uh, I've, for a long time, so I lived there, so I know that, uh, partly covered by government. I have no idea about Asian countries. So like, maybe yes, maybe for example, about your country, I don't know if you have something like this or no. But so about this type of maybe policies and rules, we need to talk about, maybe specify it, like just talk about different countries. Like in my country, there are some rules, maybe these rules don't apply in your country. So it's something general. Yeah, but we have paid maternity leave and unpaid, depend on. Yeah.
yeah. So it's a discrimination.
Yeah. And any other questions?
No,
We can just,
that's it.
yeah,
I
what?
just want to apologize for the word. If it's
What?
makes like
No, why?
if it is
Why?
a
What?
bit sensible, yeah. But
No, definitely no. So why you need to do apology? So of course no, it's
no,
really normal.
because I don't mean to do it. I don't know what the hidden meaning after it.
Oh,
So I just
no, it's let me say something. No problem at all. So whenever and whatever you feel like that you need to ask. It's not only, let me say something. It's not only about your lesson. Of course, you can ask everything about your lessons. Of course, that is really normal. But what question, any questions that comes to mind and I don't know, make you a little confused and you feel like that you need to ask, why not? Just you can ask me, and there is, if I have information about it, of course, I was sure. So why not? It's really normal. Why not? So you need to know, you will talk about it. For example, maybe in future you will sit for NIELS test. Maybe you will be asked the same question. For example, about maternity leave. So why not? You need to know. Yeah. So don't worry. There is nothing to be sorry about or to apologize. It's so normal.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome. You're welcome.
yeah,
So thank
yeah,
you so much. It was great time with you again. I really enjoyed
yeah,
talking to you.
yeah, thank
And
you.
you're welcome. Have a great
Yeah,
day. Of course, it's your night. Sorry. So it's not day. Have a great day. No, it's night for you.
I will sleep
So
now. I'll go to sleep now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Good for
okay.
you.
Yeah, have a good night.
Have a good day. Have a good night. Okay, so see you next session. Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
Goodbye.